Hey there, friends. Welcome to my channel. I'm Sister Cerise. Today we're going to do an update on the Gabby Petito case. Okay, so yesterday I did a video and I'll link it down below. I think you should check it out and get some background history on what this terror and true crime case is all about. So now, Brian Laundrie, the boyfriend of Gabby Petito, he is missing. Yesterday, when I did the session, in the reading, it was noted that he felt guilty, that he did something and he was running from something. And they had a fight, and he was very upset and emotional. Now, just to give an update, he's still not found. He went missing, and his family said that he took his car to a national park. Now, in this national park, it is loaded with alligators. Like, it's almost too dangerous to go there. But nevertheless, they said he went there. Then they followed him out there, and they said his car was parked, but they couldn't find him. So his parents put a note on his car and said, "Brian, don't hurt yourself." Then they went back afterwards and they saw that he still didn't return to his vehicle. So they took his gray Mustang back home. Now, why would they drive his gray Mustang back home if they're expecting him to get back into the car? Even if he did hurt himself and got gobbled up by alligators purposely, then why in the world would they remove his vehicle? Something doesn't sound right. So I thought we would do a reading right now on if he admitted to his parents what he did, and also if they were trying to help him escape. So let's pull the first card on whether he admitted it to them, what really happened to Gabby. He kind of did. He gave them a backward story. He didn't tell them everything. Maybe he was embarrassed, but within themselves, they probably knew something foul was going on. Let's see if they asked him. Yes, they did. They were very forward with it. And they asked him, "Well, where is she? Like, when was the last time you seen her? Is she hurt?" And they were very forward with him. So let's see if they know the truth now. Because, let's face it, it could be that he wrote something and put it in the vehicle, like a note, or maybe he admitted something and they're just hiding the truth now. Let's pull a card on if they know the truth right now. They believe they do. So they're not necessarily guilty of helping him get away, but they are guilty of knowing some information and not sharing it with the police. Of course, they love their son. Of course, they know that Gabby and Brian both had some issues with each other. Every relationship does. We're not making excuses for his behavior, and we're not making excuses for the family's behavior, and we definitely are not going to victim shame or blame Gabby. The situation is what it is, and he is suicidal, and they may not find him at all if he is gobbled up by those alligators, because he would have just thrown himself to them and within seconds they would have had him eaten. Now, the police have called off that search in the national park. Why? We don't know. They just searched a small little area, not a big area, and not for a very long time. They called off the search. Now, is it because it was too dangerous? Because a lot of professional FBI agents had to go into that national park. Was it too dangerous for them and they had to call it off? Or did they feel they were being misled? Let's pull a couple of cards on that. Alrighty, so let's pull a card on if they saw anything in the national park that would point to his disappearance being there. No, they did look hard. Even though it was just a small area, they were like, no, there's nothing. There's nothing here. Now, mind you, nobody saw Brian leave his house. There were no police officers camped out. You know, he left and nobody seen him leave at all. So some people actually thought he was still in his parents' house, but that place got searched yesterday and they did not find him at all. So let's see what the FBI agents are feeling about the parents. They feel that the parents are emotional and that the parents are holding back, withholding information that could help the case. They know that the parents are not involved in this crime. They know that the parents love their son, and they also love Gabby because Gabby lived with them for a year. And they know that the parents just want everybody to be safe. So let's look to see what the FBI agents will find. Well, they will find Brian, but they may not find him alive. He was on the run, but being suicidal, wanting to take his own life, he most likely will. I will encourage you guys to look at his video. Now, the police pulled over Gabby and Brian, and when they did, they questioned both of them. Brian had scratches on his face, and he said that Gabby hit him with a cell phone. Brian was moving his hands in a manner that he knew he was guilty of something. The both of them were guilty of fighting each other. The both of them were guilty of losing their tempers on each other. And that is clear in the reading that I did yesterday on them. But today I wanted to do this reading on what the parents know and what the FBI agents feel about the parents. So the parents, are they guilty? I would say they know a lot more than what they are confessing to. And they feel the truth behind the matter is their son is guilty of foul play. They have the feeling. They know their child. You know, they know what's going on. And the sister as well. They know Brian is scared. Brian is nervous. He did something that he cannot take back. And he knows it too. So, chances are they will find him, but they will not find him alive. They do find him alive. He may try to take his own life in prison because that's where he will be. They know he's guilty. He knows he's guilty. His family knows he's guilty. The world knows that he's guilty. But everyone just wants answers. Now that they found Gabby's body, they're going to be doing the autopsy and they're going to find out what happened. I'm pretty sure that it will have something to do with asphyxiation. Maybe he just wrapped his hands around her neck and bam. She's only like 100 pounds wet. 22 years old, not very strong, very thin. So it probably didn't take much for him to take her. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Sister Cerise. Please take a moment to subscribe and also don't forget to hit that like button. I'll do an update tomorrow on the Gabby Petito case. Take care, everyone. Huge hugs, loads of love, big blesses. Please be good to yourself and be good to others.